You talked a lot about how, and the president says this too, that people should watch him when there are questions about his age. And the issue seems to be that they are watching him in public events, in some press conferences, and are coming to this conclusion, many of them, that he's too old. So what I'm wondering is he behaving differently behind closed doors? Because we don't get to see that at all. And do you see, and when you interact with him privately, is there kind of a different sort of level of vigor that is perhaps not as visible when we're all seeing him publicly?
So let me just first say, and I was on the swing with him recently, right? He went to Wisconsin, he went to Michigan, he went to California, he went to Vegas, and he's going to go to Ohio later this week. And so he visited small businesses, and he met with people on the road, obviously, and spent hours with them. So folks have seen him, and you all have seen him yourselves as you cover this president. And so you see him interact, you see him engage. And even when he was in Vegas, he took some questions that you all had, and that and answer. He tends to answer them in a light way, a funny way, and is sharp with his answers to some of you about that. And so look, and he's also meeting with world leaders. He did that with the German chancellor. He's obviously going to do this today with King Abdullah. And I spoke already about my experience with him. And just to answer your question, I've spent countless hours with this president, whether in the Oval Office or on the road. And I have to say, he's sharp, he's engaged, he pushes us for information.
Like emails at like 2 o'clock in the morning, or is there any sort of
look, I think
like a finer point on what it is exactly that you see that somehow isn't coming across to the rest of the American people.
Look, I think the fact that when he meets with his team, when he meets with staff, he is, as I said, incredibly engaged. As I said, very sharp, and ask us back and forth. We go back and forth on whatever information, whatever is maybe the news of the day that's on his mind, and it happens very often. Yeah. And so that's my experience with him. But you all see him on the road. I mean, he was, when we were in Vegas, he was asked about, he was asked a specific question about the former president. And he answered that in a fun, sharp, kind of way. And that's him. That is him. What you see there is him. And so, look, I think, and I do want to step back for a second, because I think what's so very important too is this president's record in the last 3 years and what he's been able to get done. And that matters. And so, yes, we're going to continue to be out there. The president's going to continue to do everything that he can to speak directly to the American people. And we believe that is what's important here. Getting that work done, continuing to move forward in an impressive record in the last 3 years, especially for any modern president, whether it's dealing with infrastructure, whether it's dealing with beating big pharma, whether it's getting the economy back on its feet. All of these things are important. Let's not forget what's going on outside of this country, what's going on in Ukraine, what's going on in the Middle East. This is something that the president has been able to do in a pretty effective way.
Good afternoon, friends. You should be aware of this. If you are receiving Social Security benefits, top experts say that millions of seniors and retirees are missing out on thousands of dollars every month due to these few factors. President Biden is also seeing issues with the Inflation Reduction Act tax credits, as billions of dollars are being allocated towards this. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. According to USA Today, there is a reason seniors are often encouraged to hold off on claiming Social Security. For each month you delay your filing past your full retirement age up until age 70, your monthly benefit will receive a nice boost. That boost could come in handy during retirement, especially because it's guaranteed for life. By contrast, your savings could run out at some point in time, even if you're cautious in your approach to taking withdrawals. If you've been delaying Social Security thus far At some point, you will need to gear up to file for benefits, and if the following signs apply to you, consider making that move sooner rather than later. USA Today has noted that the expenses you start within retirement have the potential to grow. It may be that as your home ages, more issues start to arise that cost money to fix. At some point, you might also have to replace a vehicle and start making a monthly car payment after years of being auto loan free. Furthermore, you may find that you're increasingly needing to spend more money on healthcare, whether it's new medication or different treatments. Either way, if your expenses keep rising and you're tapping your savings more frequently, you may want to start collecting Social Security. You get credit for delaying a Social Security claim up to a certain point, but that point is age 70. Once that birthday arrives, you will not benefit financially by holding off on filing your claim. So experts say that if you'll be turning 70 very soon, you may want to be ready to sign up for Social Security. Also, friends, according to Yahoo News, President Biden's 2022 climate law is causing a faster than expected increase in electric vehicle purchases and clean energy projects. This has led to a doubling of the projected cost to taxpayers, reaching $428 billion through fiscal year 2033. The law, known as the Inflation Reduction Act, is anticipated to stimulate up to $3 trillion in total public and private investment over the next decade. According to the Congressional Budget Office, the increased projection is driven by a surge in clean energy factory announcements, proposed environmental regulations favoring electric vehicles, and rules allowing leased electric cars to qualify for tax breaks with fewer restrictions. The IRA, initially expected to include $271 billion in tax breaks over a decade, now faces budgetary uncertainties. The popularity and rising costs of tax credits may raise concerns about growing government budget deficits, making them a potential target for some Republicans if they gain full control of Congress and the White House. However, repealing these subsidies, which benefit a range of businesses, may prove challenging due to their popularity and positive impact on job creation. Proponents argue that the increased expenses are justified as they contribute to long-term cost reduction, which are associated with climate change and extreme weather events. Critics express concerns about potential misuse of the system and argue that much of the funding for wind and solar projects is subsidizing investments that would have occurred anyway. But despite these challenges, the White House emphasizes the IRA's positive impact, bringing private sector capital into America and reducing budget deficits in the long run. The Congressional Budget Office's revision attributes the major change to the Environmental Protection Agency's proposed rule to tighten vehicle emission standards. This would drive increased electric vehicle production and sales, while uncertainties persist, including potential project delays and changes in rules for products. The overall impact of the climate law on the U.S. economy is being closely monitored. So, dear friends, do you own an electric vehicle, or do you plan to buy one very soon? Please let me know in the comments section below. Well, my awesome and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you so much, friends, for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, every Friday I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, do make sure that you click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you, and have a wonderful and very blessed week.